Welcome to the Parker Podcast Collection.
I suck, you suck, I suck at Call of Duty.
Welcome to the Not Playing Podcast. My name's Rob Howard, and this week I'm joined by
Ian Bruce and Patrick Kay.
You can contact us on email at notplayingpodcast@gmail.com or follow us on Twitter at notplayingpod. So, just before we recorded, or just shortly after we recorded last time, Batman Arkham Knight came out. And it came out on Xbox One, PS4 and PC, and got really good reviews. So I certainly bought it. I haven't played it though.
I got it free with my 970. I would not have got it otherwise, because the last one was shit on release as well, and we all knew that, right?
Yeah, I didn't even bother with the last one though, because I knew it was Warner Brothers trying to turn it into an annualised franchise and getting their in-house devs to make it.
Right.
This one I had a lot more hopes for, because it's a proper Rocksteady game, and I really enjoyed the first two Rocksteady games.
Yeah.
Arkham Asylum and City, although I thought City was a bit bloated. I don't think this is any much more of a step away from that direction, but anyway, I haven't played it. We'll get into why in a bit, but you have been playing it, haven't you, Ian?
I certainly have been playing it, Robert. Yes, I have.
The irony of this, sorry, I'm just going to say quickly, is that I was the one who was, I really want to play that at EGX, and you guys were like so, couldn't have been more sort of apathetic, you know, it was just like, so I've been really looking forward to playing it, but anyway, you weren't quite so looking forward to play it, Ian.
Ironically, it works on my machine perfectly.
Yeah.
I'm really enjoying it. Really loving the story, the Batmobile stuff, the combat. It feels a little dumbed down somehow, I think. I mean, it feels the same as City and Asylum, but I don't know, maybe it's just because there's frequently so many enemies, so many guys.
Is it a little more forgiving, perhaps, like in terms of countering stuff and...
No, I don't think it is.
That.
Maybe I've just played enough of it, or played enough of the games that it's just become a routine, like Assassin's Creed used to.
Yeah,
Before
I suppose.
They'd dumbed that down a bit as well. It was just, right, these three people, this is what I have to press in which order to get it done.
Yeah, now with every other game adopting that combat system, it's like becoming even more ingrained, I suppose.
It's becoming... Yeah, it is. I'm enjoying the story, which I didn't really I certainly didn't for City. I didn't finish City because I couldn't give a shit about the story. The voice acting, the character stuff, it's great. And I think I'm probably going to play it through to completion, to be honest. I haven't played it for a couple of weeks, but I definitely want to... It's on my list of things to do when I've got time. Definitely.
I've heard criticism that the Batmobile is perhaps a little bit overplayed, like there's a bit too much of it.
I'm not entirely... Maybe. There is a lot of it, certainly. And I think I'm maybe 25% through, maybe a bit more. And the Batmobile sections have started to become, right, now you just need to shoot these mobile turret things. And you just shoot some more of those. And, another section where you get to shoot some more of those. Excellent.
Yeah.
And that's... I mean, I really like it. It feels cool. It looks great. I don't really have a problem with that. I think it needs to calm down a little bit on the Batmobile front, or do something new. There's a great... You can do massive jumps out of it, like ejector seat type stuff, where you launch to the top of a building, and that just feels amazing. And I like the driving around. I mean, it's not GTA 5 by any stretch, but it feels like, for me, it feels like the Batmobile. It feels like a solid fucking monster of a car roaring its way around this city. I'm enjoying it, which... and maybe because my expectations were so minimal, that's why I'm enjoying it.
Yeah, they've certainly got like their cinematic flair down, because I have played 1 hour of this.
Right.
Basically, I probably, with a bit of perseverance, I could have played more, but as soon as I started to hear what had happened, and well, I mean, I put some video up on my YouTube channel of the performance I was getting, and I've got a fairly decent PC, I think, certainly more decent than a PS4. And the amount of like freezing I was getting, I mean, when I put it on, it looked like butter, you know, it was amazing, really smooth, and I was sort of like, wow, yeah, I'm well into playing this. And then I just got into combat, and or I think I was hoisting around on some of the city, some of the little hoisty bits that you can grapple onto, and then I just noticed it freeze, and I was like, oh, okay, maybe I need to turn a few things down. But then, I was in combat, and it was like I was getting really good, like over 30 frames per second with everything on, all the Nvidia effects, everything. And then it would just completely freeze in the middle of combat. So, you know, I sort of, you know,
it is weird how it's working for me who didn't really want the game, and you who did want the game. I certainly appreciate your frustration with that, but our systems aren't that different. I don't really get what the...
I think it's your RAM. I think it's because you've got so much more RAM than me.
Okay.
But or you've got double the amount. I've only got 8 gig.
Yeah, I've got 16.
So I think that's it. I think a lot of people have managed to brute force their way through it and get it to work nicely.
Yeah, I mean,
but yeah, it was just...
I had to do nothing to get it to work. I hate to be that guy, but I just installed it, set everything to max, played it, regretfully reported to you that it worked, and then you said, oh, what about with the fucking Nvidia effects stuff? Which was your rightful tone of voice, as it was not working for you. And I turned
I was
it
slightly
on,
frustrated.
Turned that all on, worked perfectly as well. So I'm running it ultra with all the effects on, running like butter.
Right.
Sorry.
Well, and you haven't bothered with this at all, have you?
Not yet. No, I was just going to wait until it's fixed and in a sale or something.
Yeah. Well, at the moment you can't even buy it because shortly after the reports came in of how broken the game was, for most people, it was Warner Brothers did the honourable thing, I guess, and did the best they could, and withdrew the game from sale. So it's not actually possible to buy this game anymore, although you can probably still get a CD keys.
Okay, let's like not say they did the best they could. It was a PR opportunity, and they jumped on it. They knew it wasn't going to work. They released it anyway. They took all the money from the sales. Steam had the new refund system on Steam was available, so people could get their well-earned refunds if they wanted them. But they knew what was going to happen, and they fucking did it anyway. So anybody who buys the next Batman game on PC on day one, you deserve everything you fucking get.
To be fair, though, I worked out how to not deal with this problem a long time ago. It's just not pre-ordering stuff.
Yeah,
It's totally that simple. And the reason that this has happened, and it's happened with a couple of games, a couple of big release games recently, is because people pre-order stuff, and they they can get away with it. Like if you've sold a huge percentage of your games before you even release it,
what reason do you have?
You don't have anything to lose. So so that's why. I mean. That's why people are so vocal about not pre-ordering stuff, because it makes publishers sort out their product before they ship it. Because you have to. Because if it comes out, if people wait for reviews and the reviews that this game is fucking broken, no one's going to buy it.
And that was the other red flag, was the reviews. There were no PC review copies shipped out, so everybody was given the PS4 copy, which by all accounts is bloody amazing and good. Glad that it is, but that should always be a red flag. If people that traditionally review PC versions of games can't get hold of the PC copy for review, usually means pretty shit.
Although that was a similar case with The Witcher 3, and that was nowhere near this situation. It's often a red flag, but it's not always the case.
I think that being a red flag and looking at a company's previous launch history, because Origins was shit as well.
Yeah, although Shadow of Mordor was quite good, but then that was Monolith, and I think they handled the port themselves.
But Origin, there were problems with Origin, and they said, yeah, we know there are problems, but we're not going to fix those because we're going to work on the DLC instead. So, I'm not really sure how that works. Yeah, I don't really... It's just, what?
I mean, because you can see why it happens. I mean, it's obviously a lot easier to optimize a build for one platform that's universally the same.
Absolutely.
And so it would make sense that you'd probably concentrate more on those, and that's exactly what they did. And it turned out that it was quite a small group. It was a group of about 12 people, I think, that handled the PC port.
Yeah, Iron Galaxy Studios was the company, and they were given 6 months.
Right.
It saddens me that they're being held responsible for this.
Yeah.
They were given a piece of shit and told to make it into not a piece of shit.
Yeah.
Or not enough time, or the rest of it. It would have been very useful if... Because there are other games that have taken a while to come to PC. For example, GTA 5.
GTA. And it worked. It totally worked.
And it totally was awesome.
I mean, PC users waited a year and a half, was it? Or 2.5 years or something?
Yeah.
And when it arrived, it just worked and it looked fucking amazing. And having played the PS3 version, the PC version is better, I would say. And the PS3 version was one of the best games I've ever played.
Yeah.
So it would be... I know they want to have everything done at the same time, but it's down to the publisher just wanting to get as much money in one hit.
Well, I think that...
Well, there you go.
I think it's...
Sorry, go on.
I think it's because they're trying to capitalise on the marketing spend on all platforms at once, rather than having to do it all again. Yeah, that's something that Rockstar can stomach because of the sheer amount of copies of that game they've sold. But and you know, but I think with some of these other games, they just want to get it all out there at once, and to hell with PC gamers, really.
And that's okay because. People who have been involved in this will be more sceptical going into the next Warner Brothers release, and that will affect them adversely. And I'm sure eventually they may say, well, we're not going to develop for PC because it's full of pirates, and it's just not worth our while developing for them. Well, then don't fucking develop for it then, because PC will manage without you, thanks Warner Brothers, and you can stop. I don't know. It's what kind of? It's the worst kind of customer service possible, really. Promising one thing and delivering something else. And then making yourselves out to be the heroes by, we know it's shit and we really care about it being the best it can be, so we'll remove it from sale. But hold on, you didn't care about the best it can be when it was released. It's just a PR opportunity.
It's just the fact that they shipped it out.
Festering bollocks.
The majority of sales are still on PC, though. That's the thing that...
Yeah, but are those sales... actual purchases of the game, or did everybody buy a 970?
Yes,
because
true.
It was one of 2 games that were given away with 970s and 980s.
Yeah,
I'm pretty sure that's going to count as sales, and people aren't going to get those refunded because they didn't pay anything for it.
Yeah.
No. Yeah, it's actually true that there were features outright missing as well from the PC version, like some of the reflections on the cape and stuff that are on the PS4 version. By all accounts, the PS4 version is the one that's been given all the love. Although I've not heard anything bad about the Xbox version, but the PS4 especially, I noticed there was a bundle that I was almost so tempted to just lay down 300 quid for, just because it was like, it's so clearly been made for that game. And no, I wouldn't have bought it just for one game, but there are several coming out that made it look like a very attractive option. But no, I think they had some kind of marketing. It's not like exclusivity, but they had the next best thing going on with Sony, and I think that was the priority clearly. And it's just shame that it kind of had to be that way. They've said that that Rocksteady have now actually taken kind of a hands-on approach to getting it fixed, and apparently there's going to be some kind of interim patch in August that should fix quite a few issues, but generally, according to some Australian retailers that were tipped off, it's not going to be back on sale until like autumn, like September or October or something like that. If I was Warner Brothers, I would be whacking every bit of DLC in that re-release.
Yeah, and giving it for free to everybody else.
Yeah. So,
yeah,
something like that.
That would be a good PR opportunity that wouldn't feel quite so sour in the mouth if they fucked up and then gave away stuff that they would normally just fleece people for. £5 for a character? Wow. Yeah, I'll certainly pay good money for that, you fucking cunts. Excuse my French.
Because the DLC is all being delayed now. I mean, I did sort of I uninstalled it in the end because I just figured that I might as well wait until it goes back on sale.
Rage uninstall. Excellent.
Yeah. Well, I figure once it goes back on sale, it will be worth giving another look. But I don't feel too burned. I didn't pay full price for it, so while I did pre-order on the strength of the PS4 review. I figured, well, I've got a fairly decent PC, so it'll work. It'll be good on that as well. And you yourself, Ian, have attested to that.
Yeah.
That it is a good game if you've got the grunt to run it. But in the meantime, I've got another 100 hours of The Witcher free to play. So
yes, one of the things I do like about it that I maybe didn't get to with Arkham City is the open worldness of it.
Oh yeah.
In that you've got a main quest, but you can go off and do a number of different other quests instead of doing that. I don't remember City was kind of one, and you could just stop and fight some people along the way.
They had like the Riddler challenges that you could do. But
it has those as well, but there aren't. But there are other kind of side questy type things more than just those distractions.
Oh, okay.
And that's pretty good. I'm enjoying it.
Yeah, I did have, in my brief time with it, I was very impressed. I liked the fact that they've got the guy who plays Mike Ehrmantraut in Breaking Bad playing Commissioner Gordon. I thought that was pretty nice bit of casting. I heard it straight away.
Right.
Yeah, and I love that combat again. Even though it's the same. They use that system in Shadow of Mordor. I really just the whole sort of melee, bare fist sort ofness of it all, and just the whole aesthetic of those games is incredible.
Yeah. And jumping off Wayne Tower is every bit as awesome as it was in the trailer.
Oh, I bet. Yeah.
Jesus, I've just done a bit with fighting on a couple of airships. That was pretty awesome as well.
Oh, well. Yeah. I can't wait. I look forward to playing it later on in the year, but right now, I'll, watch this space, I suppose.
Yeah.
Right, okay. I think that just about covers Batman. This has been the Not Playing Podcast in partnership with notlistening.co.uk. You can contact us on email at notplayingpodcast@gmail.com. Follow us on Twitter at notplayingpod. You can find the show notes for this show at notlistening.co.uk. And if you're listening to us on iTunes, then please do give us a review. I just noticed, actually, I was looking on iTunes today, and I just want to say thanks to John5432 for his 5-star review of this show.
Thanks, John.
Thanks, John. Cheers, John.
Yeah, that was very cool, and sorry it took us so long to notice that, but much appreciated. Makes it all worth doing. Thank you very much.
That's what John from the Not Watching podcast, is it?
I hope it's... Well, I don't know. Maybe it is, but if...
Let's pretend it isn't. Let's hang on to the hope that it isn't.
Well, he said he's been listening for a year now, and he finds it consistently brilliant, great discussion, really knowledgeable and thoughtful analysis, so I have to highly recommend.
Sorry,
thanks
he's
for the hard
listening
work
to
that
this
must go into it. He's listening to this podcast.
He's definitely put that review on the wrong one. Okay.
Well, it's appreciated.
Do appreciate that.
Yeah. Music by Miracle of Sound, and that's all for now. Thanks for listening. See ya.
To agree, 'cause I suck at